Welcome to English Gym.
Unit 1 Decision Time. Let's learn new vocabulary. Decide, decide, decide. To choose or to do something after thinking. To choose or to do something after thinking. To select from a number of possibilities. To select from a number of possibilities. Decision, decision, decision. Things you choose after thinking. Things you choose after thinking. Sometimes in our lives we have to make difficult decisions. Sometimes in our lives we have to make difficult decisions. Shade, shade, shade. A place away from the direct sun. A place away from the direct sun. Children were standing in the shade of trees. Children were standing in the shade of trees. Echo, echo, echo. To repeat back the sound or voice in a large empty. To repeat back the sound or voice in a large empty. Her footsteps echoed on the wooden floor. Her footsteps echoed on the wooden floor. Glance, glance, glance. To look very quickly. To look very quickly. She glanced into each empty classroom. She glanced into each empty classroom. Pretend, pretend, pretend. To behave as if something is true. To behave as if something is true. Shall I pretend I haven't seen anything? Shall I pretend I haven't seen anything? Sweat, sweat, sweat. To feel hot and wet. To feel hot and wet. It was so hot they were all sweating. It was so hot they were all sweating. Die of thirst. Die of thirst. Very, very thirsty. Hurry up, Sam said, before I die of thirst. Proud of, proud of, proud of. Very happy with someone or something. Honor to oneself. Sarah looked at her painting on the wall outside and she was very proud of it. Chilly, chilly, chilly. Cool, cold, causing shivering. Cool, cold, causing shivering. The opposite is warm. The opposite is warm. Her hands were chilly. Her hands were chilly. Radiant, radiant. It means bright or shining. Bright or shining. The opposite is dull or dark. Dull or dark. I can see the radiant sun. Radiant. Sticky, sticky. Humid. The opposite is dry. It was hot and sticky in the classroom. It was hot and sticky in the classroom. Fed up with, fed up with. To be bored, to be bored. They were fed up with the same old routine. I am getting fed up with this game. Pat, pat, pat. To touch gently. To touch gently. Tap, tap. She patted her dog on the head. She patted her dog on the head. Content, content. Pleased or happy. Pleased or happy. He was content and enjoyed his life. He was content and enjoyed his life. Stretch, stretch. To straighten your arms or leg or body to full length. To straighten your arms or legs or body to full length. Mr. Graham got up and stretched. Mr. Graham got up and stretched. Head towards. Head towards. To go in a particular direction. The children headed towards the playground. A break. A break. A break. A short time when you stop what you are doing to rest. A short time when you stop what you are doing to rest. The children were glad it was the time for a break. Staff, staff, staff. The people who work for a particular place. Mr. Graham got up and went to the staff room for his break. Joke, joke. To say funny things. To say funny things. The children were chatting and joking. The children were chatting and joking. Chase, chase, chase. To run after someone or something to catch them. To run after someone or something to catch them. Children were chasing each other in the bright sunshine. Children were chasing each other in the bright sunshine. Corridor, corridor. A long, narrow area between two rows or two rooms. Sarah walked down in the corridor. Sarah walked down in the corridor. Amazement, amazement, amazement. Feeling of great surprise. Sarah stopped in amazement. Sarah stopped in amazement. Stare, stare. To look at someone or something for a long time without moving your eyes. A sudden movement inside the room made Sarah stare. Buzz whiz. To make a continuous noise like the sound of a bee. She didn't know what to do. Her mind buzzed with all sorts of questions. She didn't know what to do, and her mind buzzed with all sorts of questions. She didn't know what to do. Her mind buzzed with all sorts of questions. Beat. To hit something strongly. Beat. Beat. Sarah's heart beat fast. Sarah's heart beat fast.
Everybody's ready, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Everybody's ready, let's go.
Decision time.
Sometimes in our lives, we have to make difficult decisions. What would you do if you were Sarah in this story?
Put your books away quietly and go out to play, Mr. Graham said. You have all worked hard this morning. Well done. The children quickly put their things in their desks and headed towards the playground. They were glad it was time for a break. It was hot and sticky in the classroom. Soon the classroom was quiet and empty. Mr. Graham sat at his desk and enjoyed the quietness for a few moments. He could hear the noise of children shouting and playing outside. Mr. Graham got up, stretched, and went to the staff room for his break. In the playground, children were having a great time. Some children were standing in the shade of the trees, chatting and joking. Others were racing and chasing each other in the bright sunshine. Sam, Ben, Dan, and Sarah were playing with a ball. It was so hot they were all sweating. "I'm too hot," Sam said. "Let's stop and have a rest." Ben agreed. "Good idea. I'm getting fed up with this game anyway." "Let's sit down for a while," Dan suggested. He ran towards the shade of the tree where it was cooler. "I've got a can of drink in my bag in the classroom," Sarah said. "I'll go in and get it." "Hurry up," Sam said, "before I die of thirst." Sarah smiled as she went into the school. It was dark and cool inside. It took a moment or two for her eyes to get used to the darkness. Sarah walked down the corridor. It was strange to be in school on her own. Everywhere was so quiet. Her footsteps echoed on the wooden floor. She glanced into each empty classroom as she walked along. Just before Sarah got to her classroom, she stopped to look at her painting on the wall outside. She was very proud of it. Sarah turned to go into her classroom, but a sudden movement inside the room made her stare. She stopped in amazement. There, standing at Mr. Graham's desk, was Wayne. He was looking in it. He did not look up. He did not see or hear Sarah at the door. What was he doing? Why was he looking in Mr. Graham's desk? Why wasn't he outside? Sarah's heart beat fast. She didn't know what to do. Her mind buzzed with all sorts of questions and thoughts. Shall I go in and ask him what he's doing? Shall I go and get Mr. Graham? Shall I pretend I haven't seen anything and go outside again? Then all of a sudden, Sarah knew what to do.